Today's Friday, it's the 19th of July, it's 2024, and it's getting hot, and I'm down in Palmanova. I need to come down here because I need to pick up some things, but I'm going to make a little bit of a walk as well. We'll see how far we get. It's going to be temperature dependent on how much shade I can get into. The Weber barbecues there. There's not a lot of shade on this side, so I'm going to cross over. Hopefully find a bit of shade on the other side. 36 degrees the thermometer says, and that's uncomfortable temperature. And the weather forecasters and the meteorologists say that this weekend is going to be a real scorcher. So if you're here, just make sure you're using plenty of sunscreen. Get the factor 50 out, or like me, try and stay in the shade. I'm being asked about buses, and that's just reminded me as that one went past. Buses are really good here. The only issue you're going to find, like that one that's just gone past me, is that it's full. And so you do need to perhaps set off a little bit earlier than you might think and get an earlier bus where you don't need to worry about that too much. The buses here are air conditioned, which is really important. Anita went on a trip yesterday to Yeovil with Savannah, and she was telling me how hot it was on the bus, because the bus wasn't air conditioned. I suppose in England they don't really think about that too much. Well, here they do, and so the buses usually are quite comfortable in terms of temperature, so they may well be uncomfortable with the number of passengers they've got on board. The sheer volume of people here just reminds me that this weekend as well, on Sunday early evening, there's going to be one of these protest marches in Palma, and I've just got a feeling that this could be a really big one. It seems that there's several groups now that have come together, and they've even brought in the unions. They are all emphasising that it's not a protest that they don't want any more tourists. It's a protest about the overcrowding that it's causing, and the government's really got to work out a way of managing it a little bit better, so that it's more comfortable for everyone. It's not just the people who live here, it's the tourists as well. The tourists suffer just as much as we do in the summer if you're waiting for a bus and it just drives past because it's full, and you've got to wait half an hour or an hour for the next bus. There might not be a next bus, then what do you do? The good news is the Calvia Heart is back. You might have seen, I think on the last video I did over here, that the heart had disappeared. And it's back, and what's more, it's got balloons on it. Okay, someone's put that up separately there. Position of the explanation has actually been moved there. It's changed sides. And the beach. Oh, that beach is looking good. Just excuse me while I tie my shoelace. There we are. It did actually start a little bit cloudy this morning, but the clouds have dispersed and it's now this blue sky. I'll show you the heart's been put back in position. I was a bit concerning because down at the bottom there they've actually taken the bolts off completely. Well, it's got some brand new bolts there, nice and shiny. I'm sure that was on the other side. Anyway, it's looking good, it's in the right position and it's not wonky anymore. Well done. I guess that's Calvia Council we need to thank for that. If I just walk this side a little bit, I'm going to feel the benefit perhaps of some of these trees. Give me a bit of shade. Time, it's just 11 o'clock in the morning. Got one of these pagodas here. It's a place where you can go and get into a bit of shade on some wooden decking. There's no devices yet still to get disabled people into the sea, which is usually what these are for. I've seen them on other beaches. And the wooden walkway doesn't actually go all the way down to the sea. This is the sign that says that this is a no smoking beach. So you shouldn't be smoking if you're on this beach. See, the lavender's struggling this year. It's usually overgrown. Well, they cut it back and it's struggling a bit. We've all got safes on these, some parasol town, and what was the Cam Blanc is now fully operational. It's got its parasols and tables and chairs out. Looking good. And it now has its own little ramp to take you down to the sea. Seats there are going to be like the roasters there. Lots of vans as I've walked along on the other side. They're doing the deliveries, as you'd expect in the mornings. And the restaurants and bars all getting themselves ready to open up. Beehive and Fantasia Golf up there with its little waterfalls, which help to cool it all down a little bit. Heroes up there, and and the toilets free to everybody there. I'm noticing in other municipalities that the toilets generally are free. But here, I think that's the only one that is free. The others, you've got to put your 50 cents a euro in. Get a view now, the beach and see just how busy it is. Lots of people in the sea. Best place to cool off when the temperatures are hitting the high 30s. I'm going to climb the steps. I'm going to turn it off and catch up with you when I get up to the top. I'm nearly at the top, and the good news is there's still no graffiti on here. As I was a distance away, I got a bit worried. I thought I could see something, but it was just the shadows on the wall, and it's remaining clear. That's what Palmanova is all about, isn't it, I think? Lots of rocks at this end. There's a group down here doing a little bit of snorkeling, which is lots of fun. It really is quite a cheap hobby to take up. Something which all you need is a face mask and snorkel. If you want to get really serious, get a pair of flippers, but just the face mask and the snorkel. It's going to take a couple of photos.
Jackson, because he's awful good. He's really bad. But he's ignoring them all. He just thinks it's normal. Like, oh my god, man. No, but like
Most beaches are dog free, but this is one where you can bring your dog and your dog can go for a swim. And there's one down there just enjoyed a little paddle. And they've got so much fur on, I just think, oh, it just is really hot for them. And being able to cool off in the sea must be great. This is where the locks are. I'm guessing at some point they will be removed, but for the moment they're still there. And there's the sign that tells you it's the dog beach. But asks the dog owners to be respectful and clean up any mess that the dogs may have caused. Hello. Well, I've just met Ian from Wolverhampton, who's originally a Stokey, so we got a lot in common. In fact, he used to live about half a mile from where I used to live in Stoke-on-Trent. So yeah, we've definitely got a lot in common. And he's thoroughly enjoying the warm temperatures we've got here. It is warm. It's one of the boats coming in now, one of these tourist cruises, and a bit of a queue, people waiting to get on. So we come to the middle beach. boat there. You can just get your tickets on board. Just going down the steps. Just heard Anita say be careful. For anyone who's been watching the videos for a while, you'll know that I, in the past, have had quite a lot of knee problems and other aches and pains, but the knees seem to be not too bad at the moment. And had an appointment with my knee specialist, traumatologist they're called, and he asked me how I was going on and told him it seemed to be okay. He said if I need any more injections, just let him know and he'd arrange it. But at the moment, I seem to be okay without those. So. And I'm still doing quite a lot of walking, so all good at the moment. And I suppose losing the weight's been good. Well, I must say, with all the visitors, I did pile a bit back on, and it's hard, isn't it? Anyway, I'll have Anita with me soon when I get back to the UK, and I'm sure she'll guide me through it. There's the Tropico. I think the last video I did, we got a bit of a review from someone who was actually staying there, which wasn't all good. Seemed to be quite a lot of issues that should be sorted out. Certainly from the outside, it all looks good. It's just got a few little problems that needed to be sorted. And maybe they wouldn't be problems for you. But if anyone else has actually stayed there and got any opinions that we would like to share, then please do. And from an external appearance, I think it looks really quite good now. Oh, the Britannia jets come in. Just going to take a photo. There's a thermometer across the road which says 31 degrees, and that one's in the shade, so the previous thermometer was probably in a little bit of sun there. So I think probably 31's about right. And as I'm walking here in the shade, it does actually feel quite pleasant, and there's a little bit of a breeze, which is making it all that bit easier.
So we've got to be careful on the boat. Ball one.
When I was talking to Ian, he was telling me he's going home tomorrow, and I was just letting him know about the Microsoft outage that there has been this morning, and that, well, could affect flights. Well, it definitely is affecting flights today, but usually with things like that, it depends how long it goes on. Could have some knock-on effects for his flight tomorrow. The recommendation at the moment is just to turn up at the airport maybe a little bit earlier, depending on the airline. So Ryanair is suggesting you arrive 3 hours before your flight, because there's going to be a lot more people doing the manual check-ins. And well, I'm going very soon, and I rely on doing everything online. Maybe I need to get there a bit early, which I was planning to do anyway, so I don't think I'll have too much of an issue. I've got a really nice flight at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which gives me all morning to sort myself out, get to the airport. To say, as the tourist information shop is actually closed, which is unusual. There's actually an advice thing on there saying closed on the 19th, which is today. Due to unforeseen circumstances. Friend John from Wales was with me last week. I went for a drink with him at Pappy's Bar, and he used to be a bus driver. He was really interested in these long bendy buses here, and how they managed to get round the what seemed to be relatively tight corners. So a list of acts on here at the Paradise Beach. It's actually on the news there in Paradise Beach. BBC News breaking mass IT outage across the world. And this isn't just England or Spain, it's just like everywhere. The early suggestions, I suppose these wait to be confirmed, seem to be suggesting that it was something to do with an update that went wrong, a bad bit of coding in there, and that may have caused it. And there seemed to be also a bit of a problem with one of the antiviruses that didn't like something. But it just goes to show how much we rely on these pieces of software. Just a fairly simple bit of code error can cause such massive problems. There's a big pile of wooden decking there that's not been put out. But we do have an area for disabled people with various things there to help them get down into the sea. And if you have an accident, and you've got the SOS station over here and the toilets, but these toilets do have a coin operated system on them, which is a bit of a nuisance. There's the Zell Hotel. With all these fancy beds, and at the moment none of them are actually in use. Oh yes, sorry, there is one on the end there. Crazy. And this is the Zell Besso Beach Bar. Come and have a drink.
No, yo porque la tenga ahí por aprovechar el espacio, ¿sabes? Porque si no metéis algo en el espacio.
And that's the beach bar that they put onto the beach with all its parasols and tables and chairs. No graffiti on it though now. When it was initially put up, it was absolutely covered in graffiti. That's been cleaned off. Hopefully with some anti-graffiti paint, but we'll see. Just Just going past Rogers now. Voila. Trying to keep into the shade. This is the Barbuda. Actually have tables on the promenade. It's curious that they're allowed to do that, really. This is the Diana Beach Club. Breakfast from 8 o'clock in the morning. And here there are a few people in.
Right, okay. You knew you'd get there eventually.
Rent yourself a kayak or a pedalo. Just coming up to the Santa Lucia Globales, Baleares Santa Lucia. And I must say, I'm getting a bit thirsty. I'm going to have to start looking for somewhere, stop off and have a good refreshment. This is the dining area for the Santa Lucia, and at least the glass is now clean and the tables are there ready for, well, for lunch, I suppose. Terrace for the Santa Lucia. Somebody must have just won the pool competition. I'm just taking a few photos of the birds down there. Just carry on a little bit. This is the San Matias beach. Equally crowded. And another place to rent your pedalo or your paddleboard, kayak. market out there on the sea.
Det er rigtig godt. Det er et rigtig godt tegn, Mads. Det er et rigtig godt tegn.
Pero el que venden ya hecho, ni te cuento, no te vas a poner ahora a cocinar, estás de vacaciones, como el gazpacho de Mercadona, eso
Now, these parasols don't have the safes on them. There has been a bit of an issue recently about people having their things stolen. In fact, there's an ongoing case on the island of a young man who had his things stolen, his iPad, his phone, and he's actually gone missing now. And so it's a lot of concern about where he may be. Some more of these Bali beach beds. Again, doesn't look like many of them, if any of them, are actually in use. I don't know. And this is the San Matias Beach Hotel. This is where Shauna and Claire are going to be staying. And Shauna has just sent me an update on how many weeks it is. Oof. It's warm, Shauna. It's very warm. I'm sure you're going to have a great time down here for your birthday. Got the Comodoro, Vista Nova, Fergus Tobago, and the Leonardo Royal over there. Used to be the Hawaii Hotel. Staying at this hotel, you can access the beach directly from the pool area. I've seen a couple of people going there. This is CISO. A bit early for them yet. They'll be just setting up, getting ready for lunch. I just turned the camera off as I was going past. He says there's some loud music which just caused me a few problems when I upload the video, so easier not to record it. Well, I think I'm going to go through the park here and see if I can find myself a friendly bar where I can have a drink. Viceroy's still nothing happening there. Sometimes surprising when you find a place in such a, what seems to be a good position, right close to the beach, and it stays closed for such a long time. But Viceroy's is not alone. I'm just coming down here to El Mecca, and that's now being closed for years. The only thing I can imagine is that the owners are just asking too much money. Just waiting and waiting until somebody falls for it, I suppose. It's the grill house. It's where they have this all pizzas and burgers 50% off until 6 o'clock in the evening. Sounds like a bargain to me. And they're looking for kitchen staff, bartenders, waiters, if you're looking for a job, and you have the right to work here. And they're looking for people. In fact, there are lots of places who are looking for people. So, just there.
Ya, no sé por qué quiere esa presencia, Andrés.
Bueno, que mi mamá le dijo, ¿querés que me vaya? Para dejarla sola, porque es tuyo. Y sobre dónde vas a ir, mona.
Shops are all open, ice cream shops. I think they'll be doing some bumper trade this weekend. Right.
Here, I hope.
There's the three brothers. It's quite busy in there. Just Santa Lucia again. Flying a Spanish flag. Cross over, find a bit more shade on this side.
bit of charging it now, so what?
Take them at Friday night.
It's over again. I think I'm going to call into Baleares and see if I can get a cold drink there. It's feeling too hot for coffee. Well, I've succumbed and I've got myself a little shandy here. Cheers, everyone. I definitely needed that. Well, suitably refreshed to Baleares, I can now carry on. Just past Taylor's Bar on the right there, cocktails. And across the road, that's Monroe's Piano Bar. Okay, do I need to cross over? There's a little bit of shade on this side. Nothing on the embroidery machine, clicking away today. Supermarket there and tandoori night, Indian restaurant, and that's right across the road from the Zell Hotel. Time's just after 12:30 now, so it's warming up. Across the road, there's Banana Joe's and the Tobaccos. Castaways, Altano, and the Reflex. That's the A11 bus. It's the one that goes all the way to Camp de Mar. It's from the airport. All right. It's not a bus you can actually get on other than at the airport. And so there's a trip all the way along to Camp de Mar, dropping off at various spots. But definitely the cheapest way to get to the airport. I'll be using the bus when I go to the airport. I've got plenty of time to do that. And for me, it's just walk down to the bottom of High Road, and I get the bus into Palma. And it's an A1 bus from Palma, so it's an A11 bus here, but the one I catch in Palma is the A1 bus, and that will take me directly into the airport. I read an EU ruling actually this last week to say that all airports will be eventually connected with railways, and Palma is one that isn't, so maybe a good excuse to get some EU money to put that in. And it does work really well at airports that have got either a metro system or a railway. Both. Makes life very easy to get around wherever you're going to. So it's something I've used in various places, Birmingham and Manchester in particular. And London, I suppose, and Gatwick is great. I seem to remember Stansted being a bit of an issue. Hopefully I won't have that problem when I get to England this time, because Serena breaks up today, I think. Which means she'll be on holiday, and so she'll be able to come down to pick me up. It'll be in the afternoon anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. 32 degrees the thermometer says over there. I've gone up 1 degree while I've been walking then. Feels more than that.
this sort of thing.
Lo une menor vino.
Bueno, igual, ya con un objetivo que no. Bueno, conclusión del dato.
You're looking for that. Meaning that now. One has to win.
I think there may be a little bit more shade on the other side of the road, so I'm going to cross over here. Thank you. And the Beehive, which I quite often stop off there for a drink, sometimes even a bite to eat. I want my drink for today. Chiringo. Here's Elvis. LA Diner. Series. On the side, each on the side front. Someone was asking me about tapas the other day. My Tapas, a great place. Nice selection of different things you can have here. The other one was the Nova Tapa, which is across the road from McDonald's. And the other one I mentioned was Ajimoli, just a little bit further down here, up to the left. But lots of places here do good tapas, so if you find one, let me know. The sign the summer seasons here is all the coaches. And we're seeing a big mixture of nationalities here now, where Palmanova used to be all British, it's now a little bit more cosmopolitan. Certainly in the earlier months of this year. Sienna. My time. We were there just a week or two ago with Anita. We did this plate of the day, which was very good and very reasonable. I think the total bill for the two of us was €37, and there was plenty of food. The Siki across the road, that's the sushi place we went to, that was really good too.
Tu l'as pas demandé c'était où?
Si, elle m'a montré, elle m'a dit tout ça c'est là-haut. Elle m'a dit là-haut, tu fais.
I'm looking forward to going home, looking forward to putting that air conditioning on, closing the doors, closing the windows. There's sushi here, sakana. I've not been to that one. One of our grandsons, Charlie, is a real fan of sushi, and he didn't manage to get any this time. This is the Ajimoli, which I was talking about, just opening up. That's a nice doormat, and this would like that one.
No viene, ¿no? Está pasando, está pasando.
This is a bar we sometimes go into. This is Cantoni. I think it's one of Eduardo's favourites too. Just waiting for this thermometer that goes round in circles. It really does feel hot now, so just the last few steps now and I'll be back at the car. Well, here we are. This is where I started, and this is where I'm going to finish. Just looking at the chair there, it looks like just the one I bought. €49. I don't think that's a bad price. It's a bit heavy. It's a very comfortable chair. Well, I'm going off to my car now, so thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. So bye for now.